In this video, I'll show you just how powerful the mind-body connection is. Gotta go back to the domino effect of these components. You encounter a stressor, such as running late. Your thoughts and perceptions kick in about how bad it is to be late. In other words, a cognitive appraisal is made about the stressor. How bad is it that I'm late? Feelings and emotions then come into play based on those thoughts. Remember, how you're feeling results from and is determined by what you're thinking. What thoughts, emotions, and physical reactions do you think is happening to this guy? Okay, I know this picture is fake. These are situations in which the person is likely experiencing elevated emotions, which then affects their body, their physiological processes. Some of these images might be eustressful for some people. Remember, eustress is considered to be positive stress, stress that it energizes, motivates, or excites. I'm not a fan of these types of rides. This would definitely not be eustressful to me. My mind and body would be stressing out. But for others, it might be eustressful. It's been said that ultimately the body remains the battlefield for the war games of the mind. Your mind and body are so interconnected that it's difficult sometimes to separate the two. In other words, the body believes what the mind believes. So what are some health consequences associated with experiencing life-depleting emotions for too long? Isn't it interesting that in a mental health care facility, specific physical conditions were shown to be associated with specific emotions among the patients? Those who felt interfered with or were prevented from doing something that they wanted to do broke out in hives. Those who were determined to persevere through some problem experienced constipation. Those who wished something had not occurred experienced nausea. Those who wanted revenge or getting even experienced ulcers. Those who wanted to end a situation or get rid of somebody or something experienced diarrhea. Hans Selye, one of the pioneers in stress research, said, "It's not stress that kills us, it's our emotional and physical reaction to it." So what happens inside your body each and every time you stress out? A ton of things happen when you're stressed. And remember, the term stress refers to any life-depleting emotion, such as anger, anxiety, or depression. Here are just a few physiological reactions. Your breathing becomes more shallow and more rapid. Your heart rate beats faster and more blood gets pumped to your extremities, so blood is moved away from your core to your arms and legs. Your blood vessels constrict, your digestion slows down because your blood is being shunted away from your core to your arms and legs. Every physiological system is affected by stress. Stress, or the physical reactions associated with life-depleting emotions, is strong enough to mimic a heart attack, usually in the form of anxiety or panic, which is often precipitated by feelings of anxiety. Stress is that powerful. Why does your respiration rate increase? Why does your heart rate increase? Why does more glucose, which is stored sugar, enter the bloodstream? Why does your body do this? All of these physical changes occur to make you more powerful, stronger, and faster. There have been incidents where people had a huge increase in physical power or strength when the situation required increased physical power and strength, such as lifting a car off a child. But these people were not able to lift the car again once the stressor passed. But increased power, speed, and strength is determined on what's happening in their mind. They either want to run away or fight something. But the problem is our stressors today don't usually require increased power, speed, and strength, unless you're trying to get away from a shark or run away from a bull, as depicted in those images just a minute ago. You don't need to increase how much you can bench press to do well on that huge test that's stressing you out. Increasing how fast you can run doesn't pay your bills and help you get out of debt, etc. Now that we know what happens inside your body when you're stressed, let's talk about some health consequences associated with prolonged and unmanaged stress in my next video.